Last week in Hypixel Skyblock a few things happened, and in this video I'll be covering most of them. Firstly, the admins have released the new backwater bayou update, and here's everything they have added in this update. First, we have a new revamped fishing outpost with a ton of new NPCs, including the fishing merchant that sells angler armor and new equipments, and a new ship that allows you to travel to the new island. Also, we have some new mechanics. Like here, as you can see, my shredder isn't working. And to make it work, you have to give it to Roddy, who then gives you a challenging rod and a shredded line. Also, Roddy allows you to customize your rods with 3 different upgrades. The hook that increases your chance of getting sea creatures, including the phantom hook that drops from the phantom fisher for spooky sea creatures, the common hook crafted by using 1 enchanted fish and 2 enchanted lily pads, the hotspot hook that requires 32 enchanted lily pads, 8 sign powder and 8 broken radars. Next, we have lines that give you some stat bonuses, including the shredded line that drops from the Sea Emperor, the speedy line that you can buy from Joel, and the Titan line that you can craft by using 64 rusty coins obtained from fishing with a junk sinker, 1 bayou water orb, and 1 titanoboa shed. Next, we've got sinkers that add special perks to rods, like the junk sinker that replaces all your treasures with junk, the prismarine sinker that gives you prismarine and can be obtained by using this recipe, the icy sinker that gives ice and is dropped from the frozen Steve, the festive sinker that can be obtained from Sherry or by using a winter rod, the sponge sinker that gives you sponge and can be obtained by using this recipe, the stingy sinker that decreases your bait cost and can be bought from Joel, the hotspot sinker that doubles your hotspot bonus and requires these fishing drops, and the chum sinker that gives you chum and can be bought from Moby or can be obtained by repairing Moby's rod. They also added new hotspots that can be found in fishing locations like the Spider's Den, Crimson Isles, and Backwater Bayou. Now these hotspots give you various buffs and allow you to spawn new sea creatures like Frogman, Snapping Turtle, Blue Ringed Octopus, Wiki Tiki, Fried Chicken, Fireproof Witch, Fiery Scuttler, and Ragnarok. Beyond that, they also added the Trash Gobbler, Dumpster Diver, Banshee, Bayou Sludge, Alligator, and Titanoboa that can be found in the Backwater Bayou. All in all, they added 14 new sea creatures. Also, fishing with the junk sinker replaces all treasure drops with junk that can then be used to buy various items from Joel. This includes the challenging rod, which has been removed from the lily pad collection, the backwater armor set and equipment line, the junk equipment line, the hermit crab pet that you can upgrade all the way to mythic. You can also get this item to upgrade your ship for extra fishing wisdom, the gold bottle cap that allows you to get luck of the sea 7, and finally a travel scroll that allows you to teleport to the bayou. Now for some other things they have added. Treasure chance is a new stat, which increases your chance of fishing up treasure, but the most you can get right now is pretty low, especially because they nerfed a lot of the sources. They have also nerfed a lot of the low tier sea creatures and have increased the amount of fishing XP they give. Also, a lot of custom rods like the phantom rod, auger rod, chum rod have all been removed from their respective loot pools and have been replaced with hooks, lines, or sinkers, which has caused some anger in the fishing community. As before, people used to use max auger rods for ice fishing, but since it no longer works, they are forced to exchange it for a rod of the sea and an icy sinker, and most of the top fishermen already have a rod of the sea. But at least it's the only rod that gives an icy sinker, right? Nope, you can still get one by using an ice rod, meaning this update hurt a lot of people who ice fish. But all rods can break ice now, so it makes it slightly less worse, I guess. Now for some other items that they have added. First, we have the quick bite enchant that speeds up your fishing time, the trashy reforge that gives you fishing speed and treasure chance, the calcified reforge that gives you defense and fishing speed, the half-eaten mushroom that gives you extra mushroom fortunes, the edible seaweed that gives you extra fishing speed, the blue ring that allows you to craft the bluer tooth ring, the octopus tendril that allows you to get spiked hook 7, the tiki mask that allows you to get double hook and treasure chance, the troubled bubble that allows you to get piscary 7, the burnt text that gives double hook. There's also the chain of end times that allows you to get charm 6, the Moby Duck and Moby Duck collector's edition that give you fishing wisdom. There's also the hotspot radar that allows you to find hotspots easily. There's also the umbrella crafted by using 6 refined umber, the severed pincer that allows you to get frail 7. There's also a new hotspot bait. Also, soul whips now have 1 combat gemstone slot, and it now deals double damage to sea creatures. There's also a new upgrade to the soul whip, the flaming flay with 2 gemstone slots that also does triple damage to sea creatures. Now for some other changes. There are some new resident bayou rabbits, so the max barn capacity has been increased. The guardian pet can now only be obtained from the experimentation table, and it has been replaced by the squid pet in the loot pool. Also, sea emperor skulls can now be loot shared. They also removed the underground fishing speed penalty, but have nerfed a lot of sources for sea creature chance, making it harder to get. Now for some major issues with this update. First, there was a gemstone dupe, where you could remove gemstones multiple times from the same rod. There was also the auger rod removal that a lot of players didn't like. There were also a lot of other issues, especially for stranded, like you could no longer get a challenging rod, as the only way to obtain it is to buy one from Joel. Also, it's much harder to get winter sea creatures now, as they have removed the yeti and auger rods. They also made it impossible to catch squid pets on stranded. Also, they removed the angler armor crafting recipe, again destroying stranded. Also, stranded players can no longer craft bobbin time, as it requires the bayou water orb. Also, the top 2 comments are people complaining about this update, so yeah, it has some issues. Now for some day 1 changes. They made the treasure die more common, the alligator is thicker and legendary, the octopus tendril and severed pincer are more common now. You don't need to go to the bayou to catch water hotspot sea creatures. They added the can of worms, blue ring and Moby Duck to the bazaar. They also added a new hook that allows you to catch treasures and other items instead of sea creatures. Now for some future plans. The foraging update might be coming out in 2 to 3 business months for alpha testing, but it seems they are more focused on polishing it more than adding features. So most of the foraging update is already done, and all it needs is some patches. They'll also be adding some more Slayer content. Here's some fun stuff from the community. Truly the luckiest man of all time. I don't know about Skethas, but this guy farmed a bunch of upvotes. Oh no, turns out this guy was right.
Hypixel is dying.
Newborn baby.
Some Iron Man player got wiped for boosting. Sperm. Here's a monkey playing better than you. Leaked footage of Skyblock in 2035. Leaked footage of Skyblock in 2035. As you can see, Scorpius is a good mayor. Also, I wanna make a video on texture packs. So if there are some you recommend, let me know in the comments.
First of all, thank you for us more like skill on left much more than the more I saw that speech and memory and I don't know if you commented the comments.